A puppy mill is an operation in which purebred dogs are raised in large numbers and often in very poor conditions. When you see a puppy in a pet store, you feel as if it isn't living a proper life, but have you ever thought about where the puppy even came from? A puppy mill is an inhumane dog breeding facility that churns out puppies for profit, ignoring the needs of the puppies and their mothers. In these facilities, dogs are forced to breed their entire lives until they are literally physically incapable. Mother dogs spend their entire lives crammed in cages with absolutely no personal attention. When the mother and father dogs can no longer breed, they are abandoned or killed. To have a licensed puppy mill, there are minimal regulations and rules. I guess some people just think that puppy mills are the easiest way to get the type of breed of dog they want. The conditions at puppy mills are horrific. These dogs are forced to stay in cages that are made out of wire stacked on top of each other. To minimize the waste cleanup, these cages the dogs are kept in also have wire flooring that injures their paws and legs. These dogs are forced to sit in painful cages their entire lives, and the water they're given is very unhygienic and is hardly ever changed out. These dogs spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with often little to no contact with people or the outside world. Some puppy mills contain up to 1,000 dogs, and they're way too overcrowded. According to the Humane Society of the United States, Ohio breeder Joseph A. Miller of Horseshoe Kennel admitted he performed an invasive dental procedure on a dog instead of taking her to a vet, which resulted in her dying in his grasp. It appears Miller paid no serious penalty and is still licensed by the state. This is one of the many reports of incidents that happened just this year. These dogs can feel pain just as much as we do, and they are suffering. If hearing and learning about these dogs are how they're forced to live doesn't affect you, just think about how you would feel having to live like they do. Not everyone thinks puppies are inhumane because of the matter of profit, but to me personally, I think it sounds ridiculous. As a person who loves dogs and all animals, these puppy mills are inhumane and need to be stopped. Imagine being confined in a small cage barely big enough to be able to turn around, and you're never let out of it. Due to poor sanitation, overbreeding, and a lack of veterinary care, the puppies from puppy mills frequently suffer a variety of health issues. Firstly, these dogs are not groomed whatsoever. Their nails grow out to be as long as to where it grows into their skin, and they get stuck in their cages. They are left to sit in their own waste and are neglected. According to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, because puppy mill operators often fail to apply proper practices that would remove sick dogs from their breeding pools, puppies from puppy mills are prone to conditions. These health problems include epilepsy, heart disease, kidney disease, blood disorders, eye problems, fleas, ticks, intestinal parasites, and more. Puppy mill dogs do not get to experience exercise, the feeling of being free, toys, treats, or basic grooming, which is heartbreaking enough. If you cannot find the dog you want through a shelter, you need to learn how to recognize a responsible breeder. You always need to meet the puppy's parents, or at least the mother, and see where the dogs live when buying a dog from a breeder. In conclusion, puppy mills are very inhumane and disgusting. These dogs can feel the pain and they are suffering. They're forced to live in a cage more than 24/7 with no time to be even let out to run around. They are forced to sit in their own waste, and the cages are too small for the dogs to even be able to turn around. They face disease and infection because of how awful their living conditions are. Puppy mills need to be stopped.